The following podcast contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion advised.
And although we joke, if you or someone you know is affected by or a victim of domestic violence, dial 1-800-799-7233 or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline's website, thehotline.org.
But it's always the husband, it's always the husband, it's always the husband. How can you be?
Here we go.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And this is Megan.
And you're listening to It's Always the Husband podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us. We are back from a short break where we traveled to Branson. We celebrated all there is to celebrate in a non-alcoholic setting, listening to Andy Williams.
Yes, and country covers like
Yes.
you've never heard them
Oh,
before.
well, no. We just got back from a lovely trip to London,
We
England,
did.
UK.
And it was so great.
It was
And
wonderful, 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 wonderful.
we're going to tell you all about it, but not today because
No.
we wanted to get our thoughts together. We tried to keep notes a little
Yeah.
bit on our trip. And so we want to go through those and
Yeah, we'll organize them a bit.
Yeah, we just, had to go back to the deodorant factory today. So
Yeah, going back to work after being off for a week and a half is rough.
it
Especially when you have to
was
talk all day and do presentations like a fucking Broadway show 5 times a day. And be on.
Yeah.
It's real. It's not. It was an inappropriate choice for my personality. And my
to work
patience
today?
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just to work in the job I have. I should
okay.
be in a factory where I push a button all day. That should be my job.
Mhm.
No one comes by me. No one talks to me.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what the bosses are doing because I wouldn't be saying,
Right.
Right. That person makes more than me, and yet their brain is diarrhea. Not in my specific area, but
No.
in general.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
We are a true crime podcast with a humorous touch. So if this is your first time listening, thank you. And again, if this is not your first time and your 300th time, thank you too.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it immensely.
We have some Patreons we want to
We
give a
do.
shout out to.
A husband was actually
What?
thinking of something his wife would enjoy and got it for her. This is unheard of.
I can't believe this.
Unheard of.
Who is this
Again,
husband?
I could tell Jamie, I said, name 5 things about me that I like. He would just sit there and stare at me and say stuff like parsley, crickets.
What?
You like playing horseshoe? And I'd say everything you said is wrong.
Is wrong. I
Yeah.
hate all of those things.
No, so Andre Hans, and I thought Megan first said Andre Pants.
Pants. Yeah.
Pants.
I said Andre Hans.
And
with an
Dawn
H.
Benson Hans, his lovely wife, is a new Patreon. So welcome. Enjoy episodes there and all sorts of other random stuff. Our London pictures are there. I put random shit there, and you'll get stickers. I got to get together and do a set of stickers to our newest members from the past few months.
Yeah.
Cecilia,
Hi, Cecilia.
Don Schvetz,
Dawn
Schvetz.
Schvetz
Dawn,
around.
Dawn Schvetz.
Thanks, Dawn.
Welcome, Dawn. Sam Kershaw, who is a UK.
Yes, thanks, Sam.
And we
We're
missed
so
out on
sad
seeing her.
Didn't
We
get to
would've-
see you.
And Katie Wheelock, who I feel like I know that
She's
name.
in the
She's in
Facebook
the- yeah,
group, I
and-
think. Yeah.
Yes, she's quite funny, I believe. We did get to meet up with 2 assholes. Amma, because I always want to say she said
Emily.
it's
Amelie.
Hammer time. I'm trying to say it how they say
Hammer
hammer.
time.
We would say hammer time.
Hammer
It's
time.
like hammer time.
Emily.
She was absolutely lovely, and Kira,
And Kira.
who came both from distances on the train, were as we would expect assholes to be.
Yeah.
Lovely people with great stories and big personalities.
Why is it so hard for us to say her name? Emma.
Because
Ama
Because
Emily.
yeah.
Emily.
Because she's an immensely difficult British name
Emily.
for like the Harry Potter's name.
Like
Where your
family.
name is
Emily.
Pickpocket McGee in Harry Potter, or Peninsula Crashes or something. So we meant Peninsula in Farfignugan. And they were lovely. No, hello to you both, and we hope
miss
you
you
got
already.
home all right,
Yeah.
which they hope they did, and they did, and it was lovely meeting you, immensely joyful.
Yes. There were some times had
Yeah.
drinks drank, slides slid.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going on the slide. My hips already are separating due to menopause.
We did it all. We drank so many porn star martinis.
Those were pretty tasty.
That I had a little bit of a stomach ache in the morning, a headache.
I don't think I got any kind of a hangover from any drinks. I feel like they don't have sulfates or something. I don't know.
I don't know either, but yeah, I didn't feel. We didn't really go hard.
No,
but that
still,
day
I
we
had
did.
one day we had like 7 beers
Yeah.
or whatever, and I never felt a thing. I feel it's just different.
It just hits different.
It
in
does.
London.
It does. So we'll go over everything, but it was a joy. I loved it. So that was also my glitter in the shitter, is just London in general.
Yeah, mine too. But when
Love
I was in
it.
London, I found one thing that I really liked. Well, we both found things. I found a cookie
Yeah.
and you found a chip.
Oh, yeah, those chips.
So we have Biscoff cookies in America, and I enjoy them with a coffee, and they give them to you on the plane sometimes.
Yes,
But
that's right.
In London, they had Biscoff cream.
Oh,
so
they were
like
so good.
they were like Oreos, but thinner. Like there wasn't as much cream. But the cream
but it was
inside
just
was like
perfect togetherness.
good. It was so good. I can't describe it. It's 1,000 times better than an Oreo. It
Yeah.
tastes.
I don't like Oreos, and I ate the shit
I
out
don't
of
either.
those.
This is like a dream.
Yeah.
We had them right by our bed, in between our beds, and we would just sow down on them after we would get home at night in our beds.
Oh, delicious. And paprika chips, which we don't have here.
No.
They have chips that are flavored paprika.
And they were so
we
good.
ate the shit out of those. They were delicious.
We multiple times went back to get more paprika chips and more Biscoff cream cookies.
We should have smuggled them in our bag too.
Well,
they would have been crumbled.
I
to
know
shit.
they would have been crumbled to shit. That's the problem. Anyway.
And thanks to Old Lady Crunch Schmear
Oh,
for
the
our lovely tea towels she gave us for our bread baking too. We can use them.
I am so excited.
That's such a good quote on it. My husband just said, "Calm down," like he wants his own Dateline special.
You
when
know
a man
that
tells a
bitch
woman
does.
to calm
Yep.
down, that's just like instantly you want to just take a machete and slice him in half.
It's asking to be murdered. Is what it is.
Like, why not? I'm upset because you are such a big piece of shit.
Because of you. Exactly.
So me calming down right now is an impossibility unless you get shot to the moon. And join those fucks from Artemis that are circling the moon right now. They're looking out the window at the fucking moon and filming it in HD, and there's my husband floating by.
So, do people who think the Earth is flat think that this is fake too?
It's all manufactured fakeness. I don't know why they would spend time manufacturing all of this, but I guess that's what you think if the Earth is flat.
I need to find some more flat.
You know what they
earthers.
need? They need to be strapped to a gurney and have electroshock therapy, like in Return to Oz, like Dorothy had. If you think the Earth is flat, first of all, you need to go fuck yourself. You need to stick a hot fork up your anus. Yeah. You need to get a fucking clue and buy it at Target. And then you need massive electroshock therapy because something's wrong with you. God, fucking idiots.
I
just don't have time for these fucking idiots anymore.
I know.
They should all be round up and just repeatedly kicked in the nuts.
I know. I keep having
or
to
vag, but I feel like it's more balls than vag. But there's some women that like just have some dignity, you cunt.
It's hard to have dignity when this is the world we live in.
I know.
I'm starting to think like we're
But
all
at least you can
just
know
plain and
the
safe.
earth is round.
You should know that. Yeah, you should.
God.
Okay. We also have a Facebook group, and if you want to get in touch with us or make us laugh or laugh at other stuff, you can join our group. It's called It's Always the Husband Podcast Group. Just ask to join and we'll let you in. Every week we find something in our Facebook feed that makes us laugh or that we think is the best. And while we were in London, we didn't have a ton of time to pour over Facebook. But one thing that I loved and screamed at was Leah Ann Klinger found the T-shirt of hot Charles Ingalls.
Ah, that was the one
You were gonna pick that one too?
I took a picture of it. And
Yes.
I'm like this,
And I was like, we all need that fucking shirt. And
that
he like
was the one I saw, and I'm like, hell yeah!
Yeah, he has this big
Carolyn knew what was what.
Sledgehammer. No, what do you call
I
those
don't know.
things? I don't know. Anyway, he's holding a large tool.
Holding a large tool, and it's in his pants is probably a large tool.
Wearing his suspenders and sweating balls, and he looks amazing.
Love him.
So
Charles
thanks.
Ingalls, Pa Ingalls, you knew what was what.
Yes, thank you, Leah Ann Klinger.
That was I took a picture of it. I'm like, I have to, not only do I have to get this shirt, this is so great. All right, so we were by Kristen R. recommended a show. In this case, once it started, I'm like, I know this case because it was a case file, as well as I think another podcast I heard, but nobody does it like the show A Perfect Murder. The reenactments on this one, they just went balls to the wall.
You guys, all I kept thinking is, I know some of you listen when we talk about these stories, and then you're like, then I go and watch them. You will enjoy every motherfucking second of this show. It's almost worse than some of the early Forensic Files.
Oh, yeah.
With Carol.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, for sure. And the story is horrific and dumb.
But the acting,
this was
and the
unreal. So the episode is called Daddy Dearest. I don't know what. Just look up Daddy Dearest. I didn't write down season or whatever.
It was season
I'm ill
1.
prepared. Season 1.
Yeah.
And just a warning, this is a very sophisticated or non-sophisticated, I don't know, sophisticated pedophile in this story.
Yeah.
A hardcore pedo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, that alone is very upsetting. And how to make that funny, but somehow they made it ridiculous.
Yeah.
In this episode, it's almost as if they kind of just leaned into like the pedophileness as like he's the Fonz. And like they portrayed him like he's like the Fonz, and like all these women are just ignoring the fact that the women are 7 practically.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Like, you're overlooking a key element, Daddy Dearest, Perfect Murder.
Yeah.
Which made it ridiculous. I mean, and obviously the women reenactors are like 47 playing 15-year-olds.
Right.
Anyway, so we're going back to 1985, which makes it even funnier because sometimes they put a tiny bit of 1985 effort, and most times they just didn't.
Absolutely
they
not.
just made it trailer trash.
It didn't. It looked
and
like...
Is there a difference between trailer trash and 1985? I don't know.
This, Sarah, they didn't try one bit.
No, not really. Because there was not the makeup, not the hair, not the clothes.
No. They would say like, in 1985, this happened. And then they'd show
regular
the scene,
times.
And it was somebody in
and not even with the cars
yeah.
or anything.
No, nothing.
So we're in Orange County, LA, 1985. It's March. We see this girl, which is actually 47-year-old actress, playing Linda Brown. This girl, she's one of 11 children from a single mother. Good grief.
Yes.
That's rough. She lives in a trailer park. And it's the Bailey family. And
'Cause
everyone,
when she got married,
she turned to brown.
to a brown. Yeah.
So the Bailey family, everyone kind of knows is like this down and out family in the trailer park with 10,000 kids. The very famous Anne Rule, the author, is featured in this episode.
Yeah.
And I thought she passed a while ago, but it must not have been that long ago. And her daughter is now a true crime author. But Anne Rule famously has written many true crime books. It became miniseries in the 80s. She worked with fucking Ted Bundy. And her first book was about
real
him.
life.
In real
Yeah.
life, she worked with Ted Bundy and didn't obviously know he was a serial killer until later. But Anne Rule describes Linda Brown, née Bailey, as no education. And the idea of a night out for the Bailey family was a McDonald's milkshake and like a hamburger. And I'm like, that doesn't sound so bad.
I thought that sounded great.
I was like, that's okay. That sounds terrific. Right now. Yes. So as a teen, and I'm like, as a teen, you mean even younger teen, but the 47-year-old actress playing her has pigtails. So you know she's a teen because of the pigtails.
That's how you figure
She's also
it
wearing
out.
an off-the-shoulder shirt that goes precariously close to showing her tits, her nipple tits.
But it wasn't even an off-the-shoulder shirt that people wore in the 80s.
No.
It's like what my daughter does when she cuts the...
Yes, that's all it was. It was not like you would wear a
looks like
Get in Shape Girl sweatshirt.
No.
And that's what she would have been wearing. A Get in Shape Girl with her mat and her stick with a ribbon on the end.
Yes.
And she'd be doing her Get in Shape Girl act down the street.
Exactly.
But she was hitchhiking. I'm not sure what she was doing hitchhiking. Maybe going to the library, maybe getting her McDonald's milkshake.
Probably, or who cares?
But as she's hitchhiking down,
11 brothers and
absolutely, she's
sisters.
trying to run away.
Yeah.
Or get away for the day.
Yeah.
As she's hitchhiking down the street with her Getting Girl mat and stick on and ribbon, there's much older, in his 20s, David Brown. So when they keep saying much older, I was like, how old was Linda Bailey when this happened? But they don't say, and I'm like, she had to be a baby.
Yeah. But also, then when they show him in the show, he doesn't look like he's a disgusting 40-year-old perv. Like the actor who played him looked like he was
normal-ish.
in his 20s.
Yeah. No, the real David Brown looks like a troll. Like if you just captured in a box trap a troll from under a bridge. That's what this man looks like. Except
Correct.
worse. David Brown, the actor, to me looked exactly like Carmine from Laverne and Shirley.
The actor?
Yes.
I thought he looked like the ugliest member of All for One.
Possible, but
Is that the...
I looked up
Color
Carmine
Me Bad. Color
and
Me
put it
Bad.
up. Oh,
The
that's
ugliest
real bad.
member, the one with
He's
the curly
bad.
hair.
Oh,
Remember him? That's
I thought he was a step up above that because I got Carmine vibes. And you put Carmine next to him, it was a match.
Okay.
But Carmine was no Prince Charming in the face department.
Well,
so
the
yeah,
Color Me Bad.
no,
guy
that was hideous.
I mean, yeah.
So
the
of course,
actor...
Carmine David Brown, Color Me Bad, is washing his car by the side of the highway as one does.
Yes.
And he's wearing a very filthy wife beater shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So he says to the tiny Linda Bailey, "Hey, you want to make a couple of bucks?" That's the most perverted
That
line a
is
man can
so
say to a
gross.
woman. You want to make a couple of bucks? Didn't Stan Spornak say that to Sophia? And she was like, "You're about 50 decades too late on that one, pal." And he was just like, wanted her to do like a fraud. But come on, you want to make a couple of bucks? And then he says, "Help me wash this car." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And so then she's washing the car all sexy, like sexy car wash. And then he comes around the side of the car with the hose like at his dick level, at his dick. And he's spraying it like from his dick all over her tits. And they show this. And I said, this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. You cannot have him portraying this hose as his dick, spraying it all over this young girl's tits.
And then she goes,
yeah. Ish. And then David, of course, this is his shtick. So as young girls would walk down the street, he would pretend to wash his car, and they go, "You want to make a couple of bucks?"
Yeah.
And then he would dick hose spray him on the tits.
yeah.
So then, of course, she's sexy car washing. He gives her a $5. I'm like, bitch, $5.
Was $5 a lot in the 80s?
Well,
I don't remember.
I babysat for like $1 an hour, and I thought I was the richest fuck on earth.
I suppose.
So maybe.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, do you want to get ice cream?" She's like,
And she was like, "How did you know McDonald's ice cream is my favorite?
I was
That's a
hitchhiking to go
fancy
get
night out."
some of that McDonald's ice cream. So the two go to get ice cream, and they show him sexily eating the ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, this is an old pervert and a young child.
Yeah.
And you're just washing over that.
Yeah.
It's a troll pervert and a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, and she has her pigtails in her side boob shirt, and she's just, and then he's being all perverted. I'm like, oh, men like this should just have their balls put into a vice, or their tiny dick. Get your tweezers and stretch the dick into a vice and crank it. I hate these men. Oh, ish. So then, for some reason, David, and I said, when they said this, my jaw hit the floor. David is an inventor engineer, and he invents a liquid you put on a hard drive in a computer, and it recovers all of your lost files. What is this magic potion? I've never heard of. What is that?
Like Harry Potter. I don't know. It was like a lube.
It's like a liquid. He like jerks it onto your hard drive, and all of your lost files magically appear. It's like, is this a thing still? I don't know. So he makes $1 billion.
Yeah.
And
so he goes from living, because did he live in the trailer park?
I'm assuming because he would just be on the
near
side of the
them?
highway.
Yeah. So he goes from that to making
all this money because
hundreds
of this
of
magical
thousands of dollars.
jizz potion. Yeah. So then he's dating. He starts dating
Linda
Brown.
Yeah.
I was like Linda Bailey, Linda Brown.
Linda Bailey, yeah.
But then they get married. So
yes.
Like, she's still like only 17 or 18 when they get married. So I was like, well, how old was she when they started?
Because they didn't say how old she was.
No,
in the show.
They never did.
But they said that when they got married, it was with her mother's permission. So it was almost like her mom had to say that it was okay for her to get married.
And this is the 5th marriage for David. Believe it or not, women keep signing up for this troll.
I don't get it.
This perverted pedophile troll.
Yes.
Women stand in line. We have to get together and have a meeting, women across the world, and say, let's get real.
We need to stop.
We need to stop with the troll baiting.
Choosing bad men.
We need to stop. If a troll comes up to you like this man, your foot is out before your brain can think and connecting with the balls. And then you mace the shit out of him. And then you say, "Excuse me, sir, did you want something?" You mace first, ask questions later. For every troll, every man in general, let's mace first and then ask questions later.
Okay.
That needs to be the rule. So David has an 8-year-old daughter. And her name
is unfortunate.
This girl has to go through life. This girl has to go to school. This girl, his name is Cinnamon. At least it's not paprika. Or oregano.
This is like a character on Blue's Clues. Do you remember Mrs. Salt and Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper?
Mrs. Pepper? My name is Cinnamon Pepper.
Because I think their baby was paprika.
I can't. I can't live in a world where you name your children after spices.
Rory laughed out loud and said, cinnamon? That's a food.
Yeah, why didn't you just name her ham sandwich? Oh, come on, Cinnamon. This poor girl. And it's bad enough that she has this pervert dad.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's going through life named Cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. She's living with her mom, it seems like.
At the time.
At this time,
yes.
yeah.
So Linda and David, now they're rolling in the dough. They buy a huge home in Garden Grove, which I guess is a lovely area of LA. It's 1982 at this time.
Mm-hmm.
They show David and Linda on the couch canoodling. And they have, speaking of not trying for the 80s, because they have an enormous flat screen TV on the wall.
Yeah. They said, David liked to get all the latest technology. And then they literally had the TV that I have in my living room right now.
I'm like, in 1982, you would have an enormous box TV with antenna.
Yes.
And I don't even know if it would have a remote.
It wouldn't.
What? Why? You couldn't go to a garage sale and get someone's big ass box TV for the scene?
They couldn't. They
Who
could
is
do
your
nothing.
sets guy?
Yeah.
Who is your props?
They clearly
you could
didn't
get
have
a
one.
nerd from a high school props could do better.
Or build one out of cardboard.
Of course, we're not going to care.
No.
Linda, after a few years, offers her home. So I'm like, how old was she when they met? She had to be 12.
Well, I think she was like 20.
Well, she was 23 when she died,
Right, so
and that
she's
was
like
85.
when she had.
So I think she was like 15 when they married.
I'm gonna look it up.
So she offers her home to her younger teenage sister, Patty. So little Patty, who's not 18, of course, is I think 15. I think Patty was Cinnamon's age.
Yeah.
So Patty and Cinnamon share a room because they're both little teenage girls.
And they hadn't Patty been getting into some trouble?
Yeah. So Patty had to leave.
Because I think the mom was like, I don't know what to
Get
do
the
with
fuck out of
her.
here, Patty.
Yeah,
I'm done with you.
Linda was like, I'll take Patty.
Yeah.
And then Cinnamon was having trouble.
At her mom. So Cinnamon moved in with David.
And Cinnamon's problems were not like running around problems like Patty's were.
Cinnamon talked to pretend creatures.
Yeah.
Cinnamon saw things and talked to them out loud.
And they reenacted Cinnamon talking to, what was the...
I forget what the thing, I wrote it down somewhere, but she had
Beth?
an imaginary
Was Beth
friend.
her-
Something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, Beth
okay.
maybe. And she'd be like, yeah. And then he said, oh my God, I don't like that lipstick on you. And she said, well, what's it to you, fucker? And then the mom comes in and goes, who are you talking to? And she goes, nobody, Mom.
But in the scene, didn't they have a person like floating above her head?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I really
maybe.
think that they did.
Unreal.
The whole thing was hysterical. Okay.
But the girls are excited, Patty and Cinnamon, because they decorate the room like a junior high girl room.
Yes.
You know, and they're like, oh, you know, as you would be if you came from nothing and you had your own,
Right.
or you had a nice room. By 1984, David and Linda have a baby, and of course, they name the baby Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal
That's
and Cinnamon.
typical 80s. I'm sure they were watching Dynasty
Yes.
and they were like, we're going to name our baby Crystal.
But Crystal and Cinnamon, 2 C's. So 14-year-old Cinnamon is there, like 15-year-old Patty is there, and baby Crystal. So, yeah, Cinnamon has an imaginary friend, Mary. She's not close to her mother, and she's fighting. So she comes, and now she starts fighting with Linda, because Linda, in her 21-year-old self, is trying to set some house rules with all these teenage girls, and the teenage girls don't take too kindly to it.
No.
Well, then fuck off.
Yeah.
Get a grip, bitch.
Yeah.
Learn the rules of your house. David starts flirting inappropriately at the meantime while Linda has watching the baby, trying to watch Cinnamon, trying to raise herself because Linda is practically still a baby. But David starts flirting inappropriately with Patty, who is 16. They're playing cards and they're being very gross and inappropriate. And Linda just wants none of this.
No.
So March 18th, 1985, Linda, who's 23 now at this point.
Did you say she had her baby yet?
Yeah, Crystal.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Yes.
God, what was I thinking?
I don't
See, I'm
know.
trying to look it up and listen at the same
God
time.
damn it.
How old was frickin' Linda? Okay, keep going.
So Linda, they're all watching TV or whatever. Linda puts the baby Crystal to bed. Linda says, I'm going to bed. I'm fucking tired. I work all day. I clean the house. I take care of all of you fucks. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. David, who meanwhile, I think is actually true, but I thought he might have been faking some of them. But he has like you, a million ailments.
Yeah.
He's got the cholera. He's got the carbuncle. He's got the pneumonia. He's got the beats or whatever. He's got the bleh. He's got
has AIDS.
everything.
Yes. I mean,
you name
literally,
it,
he has it.
He has hysterical pregnancy. Yeah. He says because of his million ailments, he can't sleep. So at midnight, he just goes out for a drive and drives all around LA, probably picking up teenage hookers. But he's back by 2 a.m. When he comes back, Patty's hysterical outside, the 15-year-old sister, and she's holding Crystal, the baby. And she's like, oh my God, Linda is dead. And David is like, what? And she says, Linda's been shot dead. She's dead. And David's like, what? And Patty's like, just something happened, I guess, to her that she somehow got shot right in the tits. David goes just into the foyer and collapses and goes, ah. Not once does he go, what are you talking about, bitch? And goes to the bedroom to check on Patty or to see Patty or to offer aid to Patty or to look at her or to be with his beloved wife that he hears that is hurt. He just calls 911. And the 911 officer is like, well, is she blah? Is she blah? Is she blah? And he's like, I don't know. I've not even gone upstairs to check on her. I'm just here by the door.
So they were like, what?
They're like, what are you talking about? How do you know she's even hurt? He's like, well, Linda said.
No, not Linda. Linda.
Like, Patty.
Yeah, Patty
said. And they're like, oh, okay. So the police come and they're like, I guess we'll go up. It's upstairs. No one's been to look at her. And the police go upstairs. There is poor Linda. She is in her bed with her nightgown on. She's shot twice in the chest. So police start talking to David and Patty, and they're like, what the fuck is this? At the same time, they check both of them, David and Patty, for gunshot residue. So Patty tells police, oh, it's a terrible night. I'm just terrible night. Oh, my God. She says Cinnamon, who's 15, and Linda had a fight because Linda was like, Cinnamon, you need to go to bed. You need to do your homework. You need to blah, blah, doing mom things. And Cinnamon's like, fuck you, bitch. You're not my mom or whatever. They're having a fight, according to Patty. And then Cinnamon, just so frustrated with Linda's being a mom to her, finds a gun and shoots her twice in the chest. So the police are like, oh my God. And they're like, well, where the fuck is Cinnamon? And Patty's like, I don't know where Cinnamon is. Why would I don't know where Cinnamon went. Cinnamon's somewhere. They're like, so we have a crazed teenager with a gun just wandering somewhere? What the fuck?
To her friend Mary?
Yeah, talking to fucking Mary? So they search all over. And this is like 2 a.m. It's dark. Trying to find Cinnamon every which way but loose. They search the whole neighborhood hard all night. Then at dawn, the fuckers go in the backyard. And they literally have a Snoopy-looking doghouse. So picture Snoopy's doghouse. They have this doghouse in the backyard. They just walk 5 feet and they see Cinnamon's legs sticking out of the doghouse. They're like, oh, there's a person in your doghouse. So they grab her legs and pull her out, and she's soaked in her own urine and vomit, covered in vomit and urine. And they're like, oh my God. She also has a cardboard box, the side of a cardboard box, clutching it, and it's a note. Like, do you not have just paper. But the note says, God, please forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt her. And Cinnamon is alive. They thought she was dead at first because she's just was out. But she's just barely conscious. She's totally out of it.
Literally with her legs sticking out
Of a
the
dog house. Yeah. Cinnamon's arrested on the spot. And she's just, because of the note, her being out of it, she's like, yeah, I guess I shot her. Yeah, I did it. She gets 27 years at juvie.
Yes.
Never once did David go to the trial. He didn't help her. He didn't talk to her. David just told police he's just too sensitive. Like, what?
None of this makes sense.
None of that.
David.
That just makes sense. So they're like, case solved. What a terrible tragedy. This horrible event.
Yes.
For all involved. Terrible, 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 terrible. But there's one detective who just kept like looking at David and confused by David's behavior. And of course, probably his offensive troll-like face. And Patty, he just thought was acting very odd. And he just thought something is very, 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 very off about the situation. So he goes to talk to Cinnamon. He just thinks there's more to this story. This is just something's hitting me as a detective that I need to look into this. Cinnamon says over and over and over to the police, I don't remember shit. She's like, but I know I did it. I know I did it. Cinnamon also says she took multiple pills. She wrote the note. And that's why she would have died of an overdose of pills if she hadn't thrown them all up. So the police are like, she was just going to kill Linda and take herself out. But she didn't die because of the extreme amount of vomit. So they figure, well, she's probably going to be let out at 25. She'll do probably 11 years. David's like, well, what are you going to do? So the police just, again, look at David and they're like, what's the deal with this fucking guy? They find out he does have kidney disease. And he says to the police, he has kidney disease, insomnia, bronchitis, and some other ailments at the time. Like, well, geez.
Yeah.
But police, again, are still suspicious. So they bring David back in. David is a complete mental freak with no sociable behavior. His behavior is so off-putting and horrific. He tells the police...
This part was so...
disturbing. Weird. The police are like, tell us again about your family and this
Linda,
night.
like,
and about Linda.
What was
and
going
he
on in
tells
your
this
family?
super gross sex story about Linda. Like pounding her and getting her all like fingering her and stuff.
They said
And the police are like, fucking, what are you talking
what
about?
was going
I didn't
on?
ask you about your times fingering your wife.
Right. They were like, what was going on in your house? What do you think caused Cinnamon to, be so angry that she wanted to shoot your wife? And he said, oh, well, Linda, and Cinnamon, they get in a fight and Linda can get real riled up. So I just, one thing calms her. So I take her into the bed and I
finger the shit out of her.
Yeah, I rub her back. Then I turn her over. Then I rub her boobs. And the actors who are playing the cops are like looking at each other.
They're looking at each other like, I'm gonna throw up in diarrhea. Diarrhea will come out of my mouth. Throw up will come out of my anus. And reverse as you're telling the story. That's like being like, how do you cook your deviled eggs? Saying, well, my husband rubs my tits real hard as I'm cooking my deviled eggs. He rubs them and rubs them and rubs them. And then the eggs just turn out right. And then he just fingers me a little bit as I'm cooking the paprika.
It didn't make any sense.
No. And then the police are like, okay.
Thanks for coming in. And he's like, yeah, you bet. And as soon as they shut the door, the police were just like, what the hell?
What the fuck was that? Now, meantime, Patty is testing positive for gunshot residue. So they're like,
Yes.
fuck you, Patty. You handled that gun at some point.
Yeah.
You never told us about it. You never said anything.
Yes.
Did you shoot it? So this is the show where the police theorize. The show comes to a screeching halt as the police in a bar theorized, well, this is what I think happened. And then they do a whole weird reenactment,
Yes.
imagining the police's version of what could have happened. And they do like wrong ones until they finally get to what really happened, at the end. So one police officer says, I bet Patty gives the drugs to Cinnamon, forces Cinnamon to write the suicide note, telling Cinnamon, well, Mary said you're a cunt if you don't do this. And you better listen to Mary, her imaginary friend. And Cinnamon's like, I guess.
Right.
And so they said that could, and they're like, sure. All right, that could have happened. Let's look into it. Meanwhile, David inherits $900,000
Yes.
from
almost.
Linda's
He had almost $1 million.
insurance
Yes.
from a 23-year-old.
I know.
And he starts dating Patty, who has just turned 17 at this point.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
they buy an even bigger mansion and even more stupid
There's a
fucking
pool in the
shit.
back. Yep.
While Cinnamon is in jail. Now, Cinnamon in jail blossoms. She's doing super well. She goes to school. She gets good grades. She kind of regulates her life. And she's making tons of friends, being very, very kind and calm. It's like she has a routine and she just turns into her best self.
Also, Cinnamon is fucking gorgeous.
She's beautiful,
in real
beautiful
life.
young woman.
Oh my God. She was so.
And just looks
pretty.
very calm
Yeah.
and very, just like she was dealt a shit sandwich
She was.
in life.
Yep.
David starts visiting Cinnamon and bringing her all of these expensive gifts. And she's kind of like, what am I supposed to do with all this fucking
Except
shit in jail?
She's in juvie. Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this toaster?
I can't have it.
Yeah, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah.
But he doesn't tell Cinnamon that he's fucking Patty and that they moved into a pool or a house with a pool and he's living this extravagant life. They have a new baby named Heather and he marries Patty. So Patty becomes wife number 6.
Patty I can find out how old Patty was when she got married. She was only 17
Holy shit.
when she married him. But I can't find out about
No,
Linda
because
yet.
I think Linda
I'm
was
looking
tiny
everywhere.
baby.
Yeah.
Cinnamon is not told that Patty married her dad.
No.
Or that I don't even know if she knows about new baby Heather. I think they keep everything from her.
Right.
No, they obviously wouldn't tell her because they didn't want to know that David didn't want her to know that he had been involved in with Patty this whole time.
Right.
So the police are figuring out, like, David's shtick is he's a pedophile, obviously, but he would take young girls from poverty and, tell them, this is, I can get you some, look at what I can buy you, look how I can take care of you. And he would take these poor, poverty-ridden teenage girls into the woods, pork them, and then just bring them back home.
Yeah, they showed a reenactment of him, like, just porking some girl on
Linda, I think it was. Yeah,
and then
porking her in the weeds.
That's
couldn't you get a hotel?
How he got women.
None of it.
And on top of it, his actual hideousness was just.
Oh my God! No, this is like if you put Mr. Potato Head parts on a poop.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
Yeah.
You took a huge elephant dump and put Mr. Potato Head legs and face and eyes and hat.
And he made teenage girls fall.
I don't know how.
With him. I don't know either. They also insinuated at this point in the story that he, even though he had all like kidney disease and whatever, that he was basically a sex addict. Like that he had to have sex 300 times a day.
Well, because a grown woman would have said,
hell no.
Oh my God, go
Yes.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So David Brown and I wrote, they show him a picture at this point. I wrote very, 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 very ugly. That's what was under my yearbook. Senior photo.
Very, very.
Yes,
Very.
It was
very
a whole page of
ugly.
very.
He was.
So he is a manipulator. And he used money on desperate girls who wanted a better life. And just cruel and
Right.
perverted.
Right.
Pedophile, mentally ill. Fuck.
Yes.
He also would do this. That Linda put her foot down. He would have cinnamon kisses, and he would
It
have
was a game.
Patty count in seconds how long he could make out kiss with his own daughter in the kitchen. I can't. I can't. If my dad would have had a game where he had made out with me in the kitchen.
This is when,
Even imagine.
I mean, as Linda, wouldn't you just, I suppose she
Linda
probably
came
didn't
in
even
and was
know.
like, now you stop it right now. This game is just ridiculous.
She probably didn't even know what she had. Like, she probably didn't know she had the power to take half of what he had.
She
And
did because you're
leave
so
that
young. You don't
stupid
even know how to
fucker.
write a checkbook.
No, I would take Cinnamon. I would
Oh, I
take
would've-
Patty,
yeah.
and I would be like, "We're getting the fuck
We're burning
out of here."
this house down. We're taking
Yes.
all of your money, burning it down with you inside.
Yes.
You raping piece of shit.
Yes.
But my jaw hit the fucking floor. So we find out that he started molesting and fucking Patty when she was 11, and Cinnamon too.
It said that he did molest
Yes,
Cinnamon.
Patty. But obviously he
Oh,
was
Patty.
fucking making out with her in the kitchen. So he was being inappropriate with her, but he was
Yeah.
molesting and
They
fucking
didn't.
Patty.
Yes, they didn't go on to say that. I wonder if, obviously, if you haven't figured out, when we tell this story, we only watch one show and
Yeah.
tell it because we are not learned and we're not trying to be. We want to make fun of.
Well, I
the
read a little bit about
reenactors.
him because that's where it
Okay.
said he had the 6 wives. He had.
I knew he had 6
was
wives.
all
yes.
was a pedophile with all of. It was all underage
This
girls.
clearly.
I think he was a molester too. For sure, Patty, because he started having sex with her while he was married to Linda.
Yes.
And she was a very young age. But I think Cinnamon, he molested her definitely.
The show definitely insinuates it,
Yeah.
but they didn't ever
Well,
say
except for the making,
it.
the kissing. If you're
Yes.
making out with your, but he
Yes.
did, I don't know if he raped her,
Inappropriate,
but
yeah.
I'm assuming yes. He
Yeah.
did. So 3 years later, Cinnamon, she's like, "What the hell am I doing? Why am I in here? And those fuckers are out there." Like wakes up, like, fuck this. She does some thinking now that she's away from her dad's constant manipulation. She sees all the wrong shit that happened to her, the wrong stuff she was told,
She's
the wrong
going
stuff
to
in the
school.
home. Yeah.
She's getting counseling. She's probably taking medication that helps her
Yes.
not.
So she's 18 now. The police come and just say, we just want to check in again, see if you remember anything from that night.
Because the police are still watching David, and they know that he
They know he
married
did it.
Patty.
Yeah.
They know that now he has this giant house that he bought in cash with the money
Yes.
from Linda's.
Well, they know Patty had the gunshot
insurance.
residue.
They know she had gunshot residue. They know now that he has a kid with
Yeah.
Patty.
And that Patty's underage.
Yes. And so they're just waiting and hoping that they can find
And the key
something
is
on him.
Cinnamon.
Yes.
So they go
Yeah.
to her again and say, "Do you know that Patty and your dad are married and they have a daughter named Heather?" And she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
She's like, no. And they're like, they're living the high life in this house with the pool and all this stuff while you're in here rotting in juvie.
Right.
And she's like, fuck that. So Cinnamon now wants to talk to the police. It's 1988. So she meets with the police. And she says, I shot Linda because my dad told me to shoot Linda. And the police are like, we know.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how it went down? So the police just say, we need to have evidence. And Cinnamon's like, I'll tape the motherfucker in a conversation then. So she talks, David comes to see her, and David's getting nervous because he realizes Cinnamon now is an adult. She's seeing him for what he is. And he's trying to bring her more gifts, and he's trying to lie to her. And she's like, fuck you, Dad. And David tells her, you can't tell the truth, remember? It's better for just one of us to pay for this crime.
Yeah,
than
we would
all
be in
us.
trouble.
You know, and you were younger, so you're not going to do as much time as Patty and I would. So you just need to keep it to yourself. Meanwhile, she's wearing a wire and getting all of this. And she's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
You made me do this. So the police arrest David and Patty in 1988.
Also, can I stop and talk about the orange jumpsuit that they made Cinnamon wear that was literally made of like polyester?
Oh, God.
And they just put literally somebody sewed it out of orange, like silky fabric, and put some snaps on it and tried to make it look like an actual.
It was an orange clown's outfit.
Yes.
It was a clown's
They did
outfit.
it again. They didn't even try, but
No.
okay.
So Patty ends up in the same juvie facility as Cinnamon.
Yeah, Patty now takes the fall.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you have gun residue.
So you
How
probably
the fuck
shot
did
her
you
then.
get this? Yeah.
Or you at least were holding the gun. You know more than you said.
Yeah.
So Cinnamon is beloved in the juvie by everybody. She's like Queen Bee. Patty is getting treated like shit. So they know Patty did Cinnamon wrong. So all the inmates are just beating the shit out of Patty. So finally Patty comes up to Cinnamon, is like, oh, Cinnamon, I'm sorry, but David made me do all that stuff too. And Cinnamon's like, well, yeah, I guess he fucked us both. So let's bring him down together then, bitch. And she's like,
they show Patty getting beat up by everyone.
Yeah.
And then Cinnamon kind of comes to her.
Cinnamon's like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, she's-
like the
Cinnamon's-
Godfather and
Yes.
watching it all like, bitch.
like she's called all these hits on Patty, and now she's going to go to Patty. And then did you see she's putting her cigarettes out in a paper bowl? Like
a nut cup?
No, that you would like buy at Target to bring to a potluck.
Yeah, like and put nuts in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like that you just throw away.
Oh, no, I don't. Why does she have that?
That's what she was
Where did
using
she get
as
it out
an
of? Was it her
ashtray.
snack? Was it from their snacks?
Those things would start on fire
Of
if
course.
you put your. It's made out of
Well,
paper.
because she was smoking an actual paper cigarette with like a red marker on the tip.
Oh,
Oh,
it was like a Dixie.
I know.
bowl.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
You put weird M&Ms in it at a children's party. So Cinnamon and Patty both tell the police like David would take those two on family outings, and they would all just talk the whole time on their picnic about all the different ways that they could kill Linda. I mean, just
So
fucked.
fucked.
Yeah. So in prison, well, David's in prison. He tries to hire someone to like kill the detectives, Patty. I mean, all the people that could bring him down. But the convict he hired to do that decides to turn and work with the DA.
So at this point, were Cinnamon and Patty released?
No.
Or this person was putting the hit on them when they were still in the juvie?
Must have been.
Yeah. How was he
Because
supposed to
Patty's
get
going to
into
be in
the
there for a long
juvie?
time, and Cinnamon got out way before Patty.
Yeah.
So David actually pays the guy $11,000, and the guy takes
He's like,
the money.
I don't know if you know, but I got a lot of money.
Yeah. And the guy takes the money and still goes to the DA and says, this guy paid me all this money, but I'm going to keep it. They're like, that's fine. He said, but he wants me to kill all these people when I get out. But he had all this money and I'm not going to do it. So David gets more charges. The detectives go to David and are like, ha, look at us, you dick.
Yes!
We're still alive and you thought we were dead, you fucking dummy, you poop beard.
I like your ensuite with your toilet in your cell.
I sleep in a house where my toilet's in a separate room, not next to my bed. Suck it, bitch. And then they leave, and David's like, oh.
He's very angry.
Yeah. So at trial, Cinnamon and Patty testify that they were both horrifically groomed by David. David would say to Cinnamon, if you don't kill Linda, she's going to kill me. And then you and Patty are just going to be homeless cunts because I'm not going to be around to give you stuff. So if you really love me, Cinnamon, you're going to shoot and kill Linda for me. And he would say that to her every day, all day.
Yeah.
And saying that to a child, you just are kind of like, totally manipulated.
Yes.
Every single day they would talk about ways to kill Linda in the plan. And David then would go, I can't do it myself because of my crippling
kidney disease.
Yeah, kidney disease, cholera, and carbuncle.
Also, my insomnia prevents me from doing it.
And my period cramps are absolutely out of control. Cinnamon then would be like, they said, Cinnamon, you need to do it because, again, you're the youngest. You'll just go to juvie for like a year or like a week or something. And then David gave her the pills and said, these are going to just take away your nerves,
Yes.
But he gave her a fucking overdose. She didn't know that. And the police had to tell her, like, he gave you pills for you to die, Cinnamon. And she was like, oh my God. And said, if you wouldn't have thrown up all over yourself, you would be dead right now. Your dad tried to kill you.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't know that. She wrote the note, but they told her what to do as she was like collapsing.
Drugged. Yeah.
And
she
drugged.
was like real under the influence.
And then they throw the gun in her hand and just shove her into Linda's room and say, just shoot her. And she's like drugged out of her mind.
And 14.
Yeah. And David takes off so he can say he's not home. But fucking Patty's right there.
Right.
So Cinnamon said Linda kind of woke up in her bed and she shot her once and Linda was still alive, like going, what the hell? The gun jams. So Cinnamon panicked, went and gave it to Patty. And Patty's like, oh my God, I don't want to do it. I don't know what. Patty like unjams it and gives it back to Cinnamon. And then goes and gets the baby and kind of leaves.
Yeah, she's like, I can't do it. It's my sister.
Yeah. And then Cinnamon just goes in and shoots her again. And then Cinnamon is just like, the last thing she remembered is just waking up. So she must have just crawled into the doghouse.
Or they let her out there somehow to get her in there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure she didn't just go to the doghouse.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows?
Like, somehow.
So David's defense is, those bitches, they just said they admitted to killing her. I didn't do shit. So, I mean, what are you going to do? If you let them out, I bet they'll kill everybody else again around him. I didn't do anything. The jury deliberated for 7 hours. I thought that was a little too long.
That was too long.
To say David was guilty. And did he die in jail?
He did. He died in 2014.
Good.
He was only 61.
Oh, that's too bad.
So all of his diseases
finally caught up with
them.
Complete horrific excuse of a human being.
The worst.
Inside and out. Like that was
worst.
That egg was scrambled before he got fertilized.
Person. And it seemed like Cinnamon and Patty, well, it said at the end of the show, Patty got custody back of Heather.
I don't know how.
After she got out of juvie.
I don't know how.
And neither of them have, as far as we know.
Well, I think Cinnamon did really, really well. got out, did really well. I read that she married a first husband that died. And then she married a second husband. It's like that's a police officer or something, and is doing very, very well with her life.
Okay.
Like it's been very successful and normal. And it's kind of healed from this horrific childhood. That she's doing okay. I think Patty is married and has her kids.
And I think Crystal, the baby, is not. Well, she's like, I found a Facebook page that she runs in memory of her mom.
Oh,
Yeah. And it seems like, I mean, just some of the posts I read, she really struggles with
I bet.
mental health. Yeah.
I mean, you just will never get to know your mom. I mean, never get to know your mom. You'll never get to know your dad. You'll never really get to know where you came from.
No.
You know you're from this horrific, abusive situation. You were born
Right.
out of a pedophile, psychotic father and a
Right.
traumatized, manipulated, groomed mother
Yeah.
who was murdered.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how people... I don't. I mean, poor thing.
Yeah. Just awful.
All right.
So
We have a book club.
again, yes, it would have been easier if he would have just divorced her.
Well,
And
yeah. But then he would have lost a lot of dough.
he would have. That's
So
true.
that's his problem. He probably didn't want to lose
He
any
didn't
of his
get
money,
caught.
and he wanted to a
and
new
he
young
gained
teen.
almost $1 million off of her life insurance.
And you already have $1 million. Do you need?
You
Why do
did,
you need
yeah.
more and more and more and more and more when you already have more than you can spend? It's ridiculous
you're
when people are like that.
Dumbass pedophile.
Yeah.
So we do have a book club. We are reading The Silence of the
We
Lambs.
are. The old classic.
The good old classic.
Yeah.
Sarah ripped through it in London.
I did.
I read like a couple pages, but then I kept falling asleep. It's easier. It's more easily accessible than I thought it was. So I think you'll enjoy it. Everybody's pumped for it. We're going to meet at the end of April. I didn't even make a date yet, but I'll put it on Facebook, and we'll meet
The last Tuesday in
28th.
April 28th.
April 28th.
Sure.
I will put it on our Facebook group. Again, it's on Zoom, so anybody can join if you read Silence of the Lambs, or if you just want to say hi. Sarah and I will be there at 7:30 Central. We're excited. Thanks for listening. We're going to put our London shit together and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
No, we're both exhausted.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.